Three West African nations, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, have announced their decision to withdraw from the International Criminal Court, ICC, denouncing it as a tool of neo-colonial repression. All three are ruled by military regimes that came to power in recent years via coups. They already distanced themselves from regional bodies like ECOWAS and now say the ICC has been selectively targeting weaker states while ignoring others. The withdrawal takes effect 1 year after notification to the UN Secretary General. Importantly, any ongoing cases or investigations that began before that date will still fall under ICC's jurisdiction.
Hello, my people. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have withdrawn their countries from this International Criminal Court of Justice. You know what I mean? And we have seen like these three African leaders, they are bold. They don't care about what the feelings of those that establish this court might think about. You know what I mean? And they see the reason why they gave in that brief video clip that those people that are sitting in this international criminal court are only targeting people from developing world as they're bad guys. You know what I mean? And when you look at the Iraqi war, even the killing of this one of our African leader, Muammar Gaddafi, and no one have gone to international criminal court for that. You know what I mean? They set this up to just attack people from the developing country. You know what I mean? And if I may recall, my memory will serve me right. I don't think America is part of this ICC. Why should the African country be part of this ICC? When you hear about case of ICCs, people targeting maybe a rebel fighter from East Africa or from Congo, somewhere else, you know what I mean? You can never hear that somebody in the West have been called out to face criminal charges, in that ICC. They don't do that because those that set this system, Africa are not part of the people that set up the system. And these people, this military junta we have in Africa, they recognize that. You know what I mean? You have to take your own fate by your own hand. You can't just say all the time, all the infrastructures that are set by the colonial masters, you have to follow it. You don't have to follow it, Africa doesn't have to follow it, but unfortunately we see that some of our African leaders want to be like a puppet, for their colonial masters. They want to be bootlickers. That's why they are following all these structures they set up, and unfair structures. You can say that this is justice. This is a court of justice, but the justice is blind. For some people, it doesn't affect them. And this is what we see with the attitude of some of the colonial masters we have in Africa, because they always project that, they always make this their projection as national feelings, that, oh, this is what the people, people doesn't like these rebels that they are taken to international court, you know what I mean? Even when some of them are fighting for their own right. They will use this court, to try to intimidate them. Or in most cases, put them in jail. But some people that have gone all over the world fighting wars in Afghanistan, in many places, none of them goes to international court, and this is unfair. And we see that these new leaders we have, the military junta, the West doesn't like the military, you know what I mean? But when you look at the way they stand, you know that they have Africa at hand sometimes, or most times, you know what I mean? This is what leadership look like, coming together and say no to this kind of system, because our people, when you want to follow the system, and this system, if you're gonna follow system, make sure you follow the system that you, even if you are not part of the setup, your ancestors will be part of it. But we see that most of the time, Africa that are good in following system, that no, but none of their ancestors are part of it, and they are glad. They're thinking like, oh, people that said this system that are just angels. You know what I mean? They stand for truth, but they don't stand for truth. I'm telling you, in most cases, they don't. They stand for control and what is best for their national interest. And, this is best for this Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. The stuff they did is best for their national interest, you know what I mean? And they say they're going to set up their own system, of which is going to be a better system, I believe so. If it's going to be something to do with law should not exclude anyone. It should be, everybody should apply equal measure. But we see that those that set the system, they don't do that. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video. Peace.